All right, this is just documentation of what is placed light. This is the engineered light. This is entirely demonic. This is terrorism that's underway as you are witnessing what is, and by you I mean the target individual is witnessing the placement, the impossible presence of what is under no circumstances sunlight, especially as I'm showing you the coexisting documentation. The sun is remaining over my hotel room. It's rising over the pool at Economy Inn at 2301 South Euclid Avenue, which I have video of this during the 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock hour where I am documenting the people of the state, and the sun is in no position to ever be in some living room of any apartment in Los Angeles over a hillside in alignment. In addition to what is the placement of the light source in alignment to my apartment, that is speaking to the pattern of conduct. The fact that you're looking at the light source over my head at Economy Inn at 2301 South Euclid Avenue, and also at the same time while I'm here in Los Angeles, while I'm inside of my apartment, and also while I'm at work downstairs beside building 1810 for the duration of the day. You're also paying attention to the pattern. The entity is keeping engineered light, concentrated engineered light for the duration of the day. So this is the morning, and then at 5, the entity is placing engineered light on this wall, and that's just concentrated light because my bedroom is filled with engineered light. Okay, these are my legs. My legs are not this humongous, okay? This is magnified light creating an upright, magnified size of my shadow, and then you're just looking at the concentrated light on the ground. That's supposed to be the sunlight. You're paying attention to what under no circumstance, this isn't sunlight. This is engineered light that remains present. The entity aims what is concentrated light under the guise of what's supposed to be still the same sun, aiming light into the same venue where it's also coexisting, remaining present over the Upland Public Library. That's not the sun. Over what is the Economy Inn at 2301 South Euclid Avenue. That's not the sun. That will be present at both venues at the same time. It's never reaching the state of Florida, let alone while it's remaining over the parking lot of Economy Inn. This is the analysis. While it's remaining visible, and I'm documenting the presence of that light source in its zenith over me in alignment to me, aiming what is engineered light, which is creating the illusion of what's supposed to be sunlight, but you know that's not. That's this. It's engineered light that's appearing under the walkway while I'm on the second floor in room 227, and also engineered light into my hotel room, onto the ceiling, behind the door, and onto the wall, while third-party group stalkers, the demon-possessed, the people of the state, all right, who were group stalking while I was there, and they're group stalking here inside of my private space at Economy Inn, where the entity maintained a light source all day long under the guise of what's supposed to be the sun. It's not the sun, it's the unnatural environment, it's the facilitating venue, the pattern of conduct, and that's exactly what's going on in Los Angeles. And I just want to make sure I document this because it's ongoing on an ongoing basis. This is speaking to, again, how you also know that that's not sunlight. It's engineered light. And it's appearing in all of my apartment. But you're also just shattering what is the illusion that the entity creates. This is terrorism as you document it, and you're gonna be compensated for what the entity subjects you to while it places you and keeps you under surveillance. And I am one that is being subject to the state's pattern of conduct while it knows that I'm documenting. That's relevant when the target individual, when American citizens are prosecuting the public entity for placing them under surveillance, for monitoring them. The entity's knowledge of the fact that you are aware, that's a whole other level of suffering and torment, where your stalker, where you're the one that is sexually offending and violating you on a ceaseless basis, is also aware of the evidence that you've accumulated to enforce your rights. And this is no ordinary sex offender or terrorist. It is the public entity that is monitoring your ongoing documentation. That's legally relevant for damages and for criminal prosecution. It is 8:13 a.m. when you're looking at what's the presence of engineered light and impossibility. And the entity placing the light source, which again is not adjacent to my office at 8 a.m. where I'm looking at it out of the office window. Look at the location. It's in its zenith, in alignment to my living room window. When I am at my office and I'm showing you, I'm not, for example, my office is in this direction. I'm not in my office aiming in this direction in order to get this vantage point. This light source moves in alignment with me as I move, and it is going to be in the center of my window, and it remains, by the way, at that location until the end of the day after 5 p.m. This is not the sun. All right, this is the light source, and you also know this while I'm showing you also, while I'm literally in traffic. Pay attention to what I placed in the compare the P.O.C. folder for yesterday's documentation. Yesterday was March 12th, 2024. And you will see while I am in traffic en route to Country Village Apartments at the intersection of Country Village Club, the people of the state are group stalking, and that light source is remaining in the window in alignment with me, just like this. This is the pattern. This is what you see on Omnitrans buses. This is what you see while I'm documenting the pattern of conduct, and the entity is keeping the light source in alignment with me while I'm en route to Fontana, while I'm en route to Pomona, at all times of the day, both in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening. That's the pattern of conduct. By the way, while I'm documenting this, it is speaking to, again, the greater picture, the state of Florida never sees the sun, while I'm documenting what is the impossible occurrence that a sun is remaining over me for the duration of the day, no matter what single address or no matter what address I travel to. And this is while I'm documenting this in Los Angeles. This is the pattern of conduct. It's 8:14 a.m. This is P.O.C. This is engineered light that remains in here. And the entity is aiming light all over the surfaces, okay? So it's aiming inside of the depths of my apartment. It's over Country Village Apartments, which I'm capturing video of in 2021, where I am at Country Village Apartments, and I'm showing you the light source over my head, and I'm showing you the impossible light activity inside of that office where they're engaged in federal group stalking and monitoring. Those are demons that are working for a third-party company, engaging in the criminal elements of monitoring on a citizen's basis, including inside of the private space. They will be prosecuted for being the sex offender that is the state of California that's engaged in this pattern of conduct. It's P.O.C. It's 8:15 a.m.